Good evening, everyone. Hello and welcome to more of the Dune Imperium Tabletop Simulator 2022 tournament, sponsored by Artificery. I am, of course, the Black Shadow, with solo commentary for today's quarter-final matchup. It is table... Is he quickly checks to make sure which one it is? Table 3. That's the one. I got there in the end. And players are just setting up here. So we're off the back of a pretty crazy match last time. Hopefully this may not be we'll see how we go here. That was exceptionally rapid pace here. This one might be a little bit more on the more refined side. We shall see. I expect to see some very different play styles to just the absolute carnage we witnessed in the last game here. We shall see how we go here. Players are just drawn for their random seats. We have a hell of an opening flop here for Imperium cards. You got Satellite Ban, Boundless Ambition, Sardaukar Legion, Treachery, and Gunfopter. 5 very, very powerful cards here. All expensive, however, so no cheap early buys, which is going to be interesting to see if that's going to affect strategies of who chooses what leader here. As for our opening techs on the side, ourselves Holtzman Engine, always very popular. People will probably make a push to get that as soon as it can. We have Wind Trap, not so popular unless someone's decided they're going to go like pretty combat heavy early, maybe with a Beast, or maybe like perhaps a Baron early, I'm not too sure. And Spaceport as well, which is never too bad a tech, although I personally am not the biggest fan of it, but it definitely has some uses. It appears that Pidge has opted for first position, so we got King taking Helena in 4th spot, Lonk taking a Duke Leto in 3rd, the Baron in 2nd spot, always pretty popular here. Be interesting what Pidge picks here as well. Lonk, definitely with that. King taking Leto in the previous round, getting a 2nd place. Went very heavy spice later on, kind of pushed their way through. OBS, free OBS also is free on this, taking the Baron in the last round, went with that, and interesting choice on Pidge here. Pidge goes for Armand Ecaz. Now, Pidge has been very interesting in that this tournament he has been going for a very heavy spice game, it basically just trashes deck and just buys spice every turn and show up 2nd place. However, the players now know we're getting there. This is the 3rd round. People know that's going to be coming here, so you might be forced to change some strategies here. We shall see. Also, picking Ecaz, an interesting choice here, has no immediate use of his ring. There are all very expensive cards here, so he's just going to be ringing for a liaison, I suppose. We'll see if he goes a similar strategy. We shall see how that goes. Anyways, action is underway. Ecaz opens up with Steel Suits, picking up some water. Pidge will try and pick up some cheap sort of early places. Immediate Steel Suits, immediate Harder Warriors for the Baron. So he'll rock and roll here. Looks like that's going to be the case. We'll take the Fremen 2nd spot immediately. We'll go for the victory point, looking for skirmish as well. Action will be the usual 2. No declines against it. It's going to opt to take some Bene Gesserit influence out of the Fremen. Okay, fair enough. Not too sure if you're going to take Spacing Guild influence and you don't just go for Spacing Guild. I mean, I guess he's banking 2nd turn. He'll just go Fold Space anyway. So I guess that's the argument here. We'll see how we go here. Leto taking the Fold Space. He's going to look to challenge the Baron for spacing. Interstellar shipping over yonder. Helena will be up next. See how fast these players are going to go. Get a chance to try and give some idea of strategy in this game. Helena with picks up a Signet Ring early. I could definitely see a trip to tech negotiations followed up by Signet Ring for whatever she wants here. Makes total sense. It's all high expense cards. Don't know what Helena goes for here. Sardaukar looks very, very pretty. Satellite Ban, also really nice to get resources nice and early for the discards. Especially when your deck isn't that strong. Burning some weak cards, it could definitely see a race for Satellite Ban. Ecaz taking the Spice. He's going to look to shore up 2nd place here. He has double swords, but he knows he can't win, so just going to shore up the 2 Solari and the Intrigue here is the plan. Baron with a very high reveal hand here. May consider revealing now. He has 5 to buy. If he wants to hold a Boundless Ambition, which looks really nice in the Baron's hands, may reveal early here. Would not be shocked. Well, I don't know what else we do here. Does going to a city do a whole lot? Don't think so. You can't really have nothing to do with the dagger. I think this is a reveal. And reveal he does for 5. Feels like Boundless Ambition's probably the pick here, I would imagine. And it will be indeed here. Very strong in the Baron's hand. Shows up with the Spice Smugglers. Finally a cheaper card that Ecaz might go for. We're going to see. Pidge is very worried here. He's gone for this very spice-heavy strategy, but players now they know that that's kind of what he's doing. So the problem with that is that players are going to be watchful for this and may try and get involved here. We'll see. Bit of smuggling here for Leto. Wants to obviously start getting some money, get some cheap mentats. Helena will now Signet Ring the Carfag, I would imagine, take 3rd spot, get the extra Solari, get the intrigue, and will put aside a card of her choice. She, however, she has 4 influence, so she can go Sardaukar or Satellite Ban. I feel like both are good, both very solid choices here. Depends what you're wanting to do this game here. Sardaukar is very strong for the fact you can reveal launch here. Satellite Band's going to give you better resources overall, as well as some extra faction access. We'll go for Satellite Band. Oh no! Guild Bankers turns up, but Ecaz can't actually make use of it. That would have been enormous for Ecaz here. But he only has the 2 reveal. That is unlucky for him. And the players will know to keep that away from Armored Ecaz here. So, fair enough. Interesting that Helena did not bother deploying a troop there for the 2 Solari. I think I would have done that, but hey-ho. Liaison for Ecaz. Unsurprising early pick. The sword for the Baron to show up 1st place for the point. And the reveals coming here. Leto will reveal for free. Leto surely picks up Guild Bankers here. Like, I just don't see how you don't do that. Seems probably an error not to pick it. I mean, even if you only get 1 use out of it, it's pretty decent. Sayadina turns up on the board here for anyone who wants to go for some plenty of water and get some Fremenbond going. That in the hands of Ecaz could be very strong. I can definitely see an early reveal next turn for that. He has some water, get things and go steel suits, Fremenbond with all the liaisons. I can definitely see Sayadina going for Ecaz here. Helena will take Satellite Ban, as was reserved earlier on, and that is going to be all for 1st round. Baron will win, taking the early point for the skirmish. Ecaz taking the reveal. Picks up Chowm Shares. That's a nice card to pick up here. That's pretty good for Ecaz as well. It's a nice safe point that he's definitely going to get over the course of this game here. With maybe some trips to shipping, might go well for a couple of times. He will definitely get hold of that victory point there at some point. So that's pretty damn nice. After turn 2, Baron to open up here. Baron will use Seek Allies, you'd imagine, to go forward space before Leto can. Seems pretty automatic here. And off he will go to do so. Leto picks up his Signet Ring. Might go Haga Basin. I like this play. How about this? How's a play for here? Leto Signet Rings to Haga Basin. Uses the spice to catch up Spacing Guild. That feels a really nice play here. Feels a really nice play here for Leto to do that. Will he see it? I don't know if he would necessarily plan for that in the previous turn, but seems like the immediate play here. You get immediate access to fold space, and you know next turn you're guaranteed to go there because you will be first to act. Might not Signet Ring right away. He can Signet Ring whatever the heck he wants. Might you Seek Allies first, perhaps? It is raiding stockpiles. Argument you maybe go use your Seek Allies card first. You could pay for the cheap Mentat as well. You only, of course, only costing 1 Solari for Duke Leto. Depends how much he wants to prioritize getting High Council or Sword Master. But surely but the thing is, if you don't Signet Ring for Haga Basin now, you might not get another chance to do so. Someone else could easily pinch it. Anyone could pinch it here. So I think you've probably got to do this now. And I think that is the case here. Yeah, we'll pay the ward of Haga Basin, and we'll make the chase climb here for the for Spacing Guild, surely. Which is a nice play. Nice way to keep the Baron on his toes here. Very, very nice. I like it. Like it a lot. Might well deploy some troops here. I think I probably would. You might as well deploy a couple here. Helena looks like she's probably going to win the combat, but a couple of spice for 2 troops looks pretty nice. So, as for Ecaz, Ecaz has his signet ring. He can just signet ring and takes Sayadina for free. This is going to be very strong. This is a very, very nice draw for Ecaz here. He's had a bit of fortune early here. Pick up Chowam shares. He's going to get Sayadina. No one's going to be able to stop that. Helena's going to get in the way of still suits, possibly just to try and deny Sayadina here. There's going to be probably a lot of competition for still suits as well as the siege here to try and keep water away from Ecaz, which makes total sense here. Because surely he plays Signet Ring and picks it up like immediately. I don't know where he goes. He might go smuggling perhaps. He does need the cash. I would imagine probably a trip to smuggling and take Sayadina. I just don't see how you don't do that. Seems pretty automatic. He's going to go Great Flat first. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. Maybe he's banking that no one else is going to reveal early and take Sayadina for him. Ooh, I don't know. I've been so tempted just to bag her on the spot. So tempted, but does not decide to do so. Interesting to see what the strategy will be here from Ecaz. Maybe he's going to try and be a bit more hybridy, not just rely on what has gotten him so far through the tournament, but it feels like a really good time to actually do that. With Chowam shares and Sayadina and a load of water, you can just print points. But we'll see what happens here. Back to Leto here. Leto, I think, considering Mentat, I'd be surprised if he uses Seek Allies to go selective breeding, but looks like he's going to do that. I don't know. I think you just take Mentat, unless you really want to protect the points, I guess. He wants to get a decent draw. He has 3 to reveal. He's obviously interested in probably Sardaukar Legion. Sardaukar Legion in the hands of Leto, very strong. Get some powerful Mentats going here. He's going to trash the dagger, so it looks like he's after Sardaukar. I would make a guess here. Let's see what he draws. He's pretty much guaranteed to get it. He obviously has his Davo dagger's gone, so he's guaranteed to have 5 minimum. Whatever happens here. So, looks like he's building up for Sardaukar. Players should be a little bit concerned by this. Does pick it up. Wow. He actually put Gil Bunkers first of all. He pulls that and like Dune. He actually doesn't get Sardaukar. It's just kind of crazy. But just about gets there. Bit of a shame to get your Gil Bankers out now, but it's not a huge deal. After Helena here, Helena with both convincing arguments. Does she make a dagger for to tech negotiation? Looks like she's going to. Looks like treachery is on the cards here. She's considering maybe wind traps. Now just going to build up. Look to save up more probably for Holtzman or something else comes up nice. But looks like she's going to save for picking up treachery for 6. No one else is going to get there in time. So it looks pretty solid there. Back to Ecaz here. So Ecaz, I guess, definitely at least pondering kind of a more mixed sort of strategy here. I still think you Signet Ring for Sayadina. She's such a good card. Obviously, you're going to go down, grab some liaisons here. Even if you aren't going to go heavy water, you're still going to get a lot of reveal out of her for free, which is very, very strong. And you can always occasionally just use her for some faction access. So we're interested to see what he plays here. Also, you got money concerns you obviously want to pick up, but you're in no rush for challenge shares. You will pick up that cash over the course of time. And it saves Seek Allies for your next round, and people that have listened to me make commentaries will know that I am a nice proponent of saving your Seek Allies card if you can in your first couple of turns. Just makes you a little bit trickier to play against. If people know you've just got diplomacy, they know once they see it that you're pretty much locked out of faction spaces and use that against you. If you keep your Seek Allies card, just makes you a little trickier to play against for those people that are kind of keeping an eye on what you have and haven't played, and they see your diplomacy come out and think, well, that's it. You know, I've got them now, and then you just pop Seek Allies out, go Hardy Warriors or something, and that's pretty damn effective, but... obviously, Pidge having a bit of a think here. Might also be FK, also possible. Let's see where else we are here. So Baron is going to reveal for a couple of points. He's probably just going to pick up Liaison here by the looks of it. He's going to go for the cash. That's interesting. So he's turning down Sayadina. He's giving up that. Giving up Sayadina. That is an interesting strategic option. I guess he's decided that he was worried before this game. He was worried that his plans were not going to work this time, and he was feeling like he might need to change up his strategy. Looks like we are starting to see that in action. Okay, so Baron will reveal. Again, probably just picking up the liaison. Leto, I would imagine, is picking up Sardaukar Legion, and Helena will be taking Treachery. Helena's in a weird spot as well. She's picked up cannon turrets, which gives her a couple of swords here. Now, the argument is, does she play... Oh, well, actually not going to matter. Lita's got a sword. I was about to say, if she could use that to tie this combat, would you play it? I don't know. Not entirely sure, but it's not going to matter. The sword is good enough. Leto will take the combat. A nice, easy free spice for Duke Leto. That's going to be big for his ring later on. Very, very nice. Surely looks like Sardaukar could also go Sayadina and like Spy Smugglers or something. Sayadina and Liaison is also solid. I think both options are fine. Looks like that's going to be the case. Shifting Allegiances turns up on the deck here. Very strong card. Very, very dangerous. That in the hands of Ecaz could be nasty as well. Options opening up here for Pidge. So 6 to buy. Treachery was definitely the plan, I imagine, but maybe having second thoughts with switching allegiances turning up. It's a very attractive card for the players. Do like that, but does stick with Treachery. So Helena's going to be kind of pretty combative here. She's going to be putting some pressure on the battlefield here, which is totally fine. And Ecaz will reveal for the 4. And... I mean, Fedaykin's very nice if you want to start trashing your cards here, but you've kind of already opted to go against the heavy Fremen deck. But Fedaykin is very popular, just for the pure trashing abilities. Shifting Allegiance is obviously very strong. It's a kind of decision point for him already. He has to decide how does he want to go about this game. Does he want to try and be influential, or is he going to look to go a much more combat sort of map pressure style? Is just going for liaisons. Wow. Well, okay then. I think that has set the mark here. He has decided he's going to, I guess, go back to what works. Just buy liaisons, buy spice, and hope it's good enough here. But against, Baron and Duke Leto, I think this is... I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how this game proceeds. No guild bankers. If he get, like, Liet Keens or something, that would be insane. I think he'd consider, like, a hard reveal just for a Liet Keens, potentially. We shall see. Alright, turn 3 is up. Leto picking up second wave. That's a nice card for Leto here. Second wave very strong. Being able to deploy additional troops there can definitely catch people off guard. Very nice. Leto picks up diplomacy, picks up fold space, picks up both dunes. He will be going to stellar shipping here, of course. Probably going up and down and just taking some influence here. Probably going to make a push for the Spacing Guild Alliance. Seems fairly likely. Helena picks up Satellite Bound, which is really nice. Might use that to potentially trash Dune. Pick up the Spice and Water. That is so nice to have early on. And having the access to potential Highlanders late game is always good. You kind of almost fund your Highlanders as you go a little bit of Satellite Ban. And then you launch that later on, which is always really, really good. Ecaz picks up Diplomacy. Kind of general other than that. Baron picks up his ring here. So Baron's going to be in a bit of a weird spot. Baron's got double rings here, so potentially could go with a ton of intrigue. But he needs to find cash. And given that it is guild bank raid here, Iris would not be surprised to see the Baron try and make a commitment here, just to try and secure plenty of cash to kind of fund his intrigue cards later on. We shall see how this goes. Interesting. Leo's going to take the influence of the Fremen. That seems a strange choice. If you're going to make him push for Spacing Guild, which you would imagine he would, you're not going to be able to go Fremen as well. You kind of have to pick one or the other. Very hard to do both. So it seems a bit of a strange choice here. Helena's going to head up here. Helena will probably go Hardy. Steel Suiters both are fine. Interesting. I think you kind of go Hardy Warriors. You could discard and get your water back, basically, and you could just make so many stabs at combat here. Unless she's considering making some trips to research state later on. That's the only thing that makes a whole lot of sense here. It's going to get rid of that, so she will take the extra goods. Surely will deploy a couple of troops here as well, which she does. Ecaz up. Ecaz is going to tech negotiate. Picks up Holtzman for 6. So, yeah, it's pretty straightforward here. Ecaz is just going to go for spice. That is going to be the plan. Just going to try and buy spice every turn. And a rock and roll here. So, it'll be interesting to see how effective his strategy ends up being. There will be a huge push for liaisons. He'll probably try and pick up shifting launches if he can. Use that just to try and pick up a couple of cheap other points here and there if possible. We'll see. Baron's going to go smuggling. He obviously gets the money to pay for his intrigue. I would imagine he just goes straight down here as well. No need to be doing anything too complicated. He will not be going up for the cheap tech buy. So obviously 2 troops for the garrison. I imagine Baron will take the Spacing Guild Influence, yeah. If Leto's going to decline it, then Baron will most certainly take that. And I think that is a mistake from Leto, but we'll have to see how things go. Takes the Solari, obviously. We'll pay for the intrigue. Let's see what he pulls here. Picks up Master Tactician. Not a bad card. Always pretty solid to have the free swords or the potential retreat options for your troops. Should things get pretty hairy, someone throws a highline at you you weren't expecting, at least you can minimize the damage received. That's always solid. Leto is up here. So Leto with a total of already has 8 influence in his hand here. He does have the Fremen bond with Sayadina, which is obviously pretty nice to have. So he's going to be unlikely to use either of these cards here. Diplomacy seems pretty good. I could actually potentially see another trip to selective breeding here for Duke Leto and buying spice early. I could definitely see that. Gets the point to Bene Gesserit. To try and make a stab for that alliance here. I don't really see what else you do. You could conspire, I guess, but it feels kind of an odd. Yeah, he's going to go selective breeding. Seems kind of the right play here. He's going to look to pick up some spice, get himself up to 4 points pretty early, which is going to be pretty strong. So up to 4 points. The Baron's pretty much already at 4 points as well, so other players going to have some catching up to do here. We'll see what Leto pulls. Leto, however, has to burn a card, however. He doesn't have any to trash here, so he's not guaranteed to get spice here. We'll see what he draws. He pulls Guild Bankers. He'll take that. That is definitely a spice for him there, which is pretty nice. So that is in the bag there. Helena is going to go tech negotiation, pick up probably spaceports here. Looks like she's after. Might just go for a cheap, I don't know, do you really go wind traps? It feels kind of like you've got so much war as it is. Or you're just going to put even more negotiators down. And she's going to look to just save up for like a flagship build by the looks of it. Yeah, it looks like what's going on here. She's probably going to look to go flagships. Of course, she cannot be blocked from tech negotiation. Go whenever she wants here. That will give her 5 to buy. So it looks like she might well be after Sardaukar here. Sardaukar very strong in Helena's hands. Ecaz will pick up a bit of cheap spice. Because he's kind of got nothing better to do here. And he'll want to make use of some selective breeding probably as well. Wants to, of course, put something down on the board so he can start using his coordination ability, so he can start trashing his daggers. And he's just going to go for the high influence build. Baron up next. Baron's got plenty of cash here. I don't think he'll go... Don't think he's going to go High Council. I don't feel like this is really kind of the build for it. Which is what he decides to do, however. Probably just old space you could just do just to lock up the alliance, but feels kind of a bit of a waste. Surely you have got better options than that. Trip to Carthag looks pretty nice. You could even go to Siege. I think you want to get force on the ground here. The money will do you a lot of good in the long term, because you've got lots of rings to be porting, and you can get a lot of intrigue if you make the stab for cash now. The war would be nice for some potential mining, threatening Hagar Basin at some point. You've got the sword as well. You've got Master Tacticians, should there be But you're seemingly last to act anyway. So I think this is probably a Siege or Carthag. But you got other options. You could really mince out if you desperately wanted, but you just use the dagger. What else have you got here? Steel Suits is blocked. Wealth feels kind of like, if you can go Wealth, you might as well launch troops into combat. Giving Helena just 6 uncontested Solari feels bad. Oh, goes for the Alliance. Wow. I am shocked by this decision. I really am. I know you get the Alliance and you take the point, but I don't know. I'm not. I don't know. I don't think Leto's realistic. You're worried about Leto's ring, I guess, but you always are going to go before him anyways. You can still go Fold Space later on, or you could go into Stellar Shipping. It's an interesting choice. We'll see if I don't know. That's just giving uncontested Solari there. That's kind of crazy. Will be Spice for Duke Leto. He will be buying up here. Reminder, of course, there is only so many Spice must flows in the game. We did have a previous game, the last game of the round, which Pidge was in, where we actually ran out of Spice Must Flow on the table. I've never seen that before, and did cause some endgame sort of semi-controversy, as it turned out here. 5 for Helena. Sardaukar seems likely. Federkin's also nice. His Shifting Leeches is also pretty strong. All reasonable choices, but Sardaukar for Helena just feels pretty nice. She's frequenting these green areas. She hasn't got Swordmaster. She hasn't got High Council. Sardaukar feels a pretty good choice here. If you back yourself to get some spice, Shifting Leeches could be very strong as well. Hard to know exactly what's the best choices here. You come again, a bit of guessing. You've got different choices. Gonna take the Gunfopter here. Did not expect that from Helena. So she's really going heavy combat here. And Shai Hulud turns up here. Oh my goodness. Wow, that's pretty huge. Shifting Leeches for Ecaz. Yeah, makes sense. That's a good pickup for him. Leah Keynes turns up. Oh my goodness me. Wow. Wow. Does Armand Ecaz, if he pulls a half-decent hand, is he just a hard pass for Leah Keynes? I almost want to know. We'll see what happens there. 5 to buy for the Baron. He will get Leet first, surely. You have to deny it to Ecaz. You cannot allow Ecaz with his build to pick up Leet. You can't even do that. Takes Leet Keynes. There is a god. And that is going to be it here. Everyone has revealed that is the round. Helena just takes 6 Solari completely uncontested, which is how the Baron doesn't even consider putting a troop in for 4. I don't know. That seems kind of insane, but that was the decision made. So there we go. All right, is off to the next round. Combat 4, I should say. It is the Siege of Carthag. Very popular. A lot of people obviously love going to Carthag here. Helena will be very interested in picking this up here. Helena picks up her Treachery card. She is going to be committed here, you would imagine. How do you play this opening up, though? A bit awkward. You're just shy of your Swordmaster. You could go Smuggling here to pick up your 8th Solari. You cannot be blocked by Swordmaster from Baron Harkonnen. You still have Infiltrations, so I think you probably go Smuggling here, pick up Swordmaster. You've got Treachery. You could always Signet Ring something as well. What do you Signet Ring for Helena here? A lot of good choices. Embedded Agent turns up here, which is very nice, but only the first Bene Gesserit card, so anyone picks it up now will be kind of guessing as to if there's going to be another one, and they're going to feel compelled to go for it. I think Smuggling looks alright here for Helena, for lack of a better option. Depends if she wants to Signet it or not, I reckon. She also has a ton of water. She might consider going Great Flat is also an option here. But no one else can go Great Flat. I think she has eyes on Highliner, on Flagship here. That looks to be the strategy. I guess. That looks to be the plan. Takes up the point, of course. Just gonna take Hagar Basin. Picks up the free spice. Will deploy a troop. Okay, fair enough. Ecaz will take High Council, obviously. Ecaz will be picking up spice this turn. And again, we know this is the plan for Ecaz. He's just going to be going for just buying a point of spice every turn. So the question is our Leto and the Baron going to outpace him? Ecaz has not got up any points yet, so he's got some distance to carry here. Ecaz will Signet Ring, I would imagine. Might Signet Ring Death Commando, or maybe Signet Ring even Spice Smugglers, just to get a little of extra influence going with the spice skill. He's only going to use it twice with a bit of spice, which he can pick up here and there, and that gets him a bonus point there. So I could definitely set it from Ecaz here. Baron opting to go smuggling. He's not obviously afraid of losing Swordmaster. Helena didn't fret. I think that's one thing that would be nice. If Helena goes and gets the smuggling point, puts Baron in an awkward spot. He wants to go smuggling, but risks losing Swordmaster to do so. So that would have kind of put him in a bit awkward spot. And of course, if he takes Swordmaster, Leto, you would imagine, would then take the smuggling. So, but life made easy for the Baron here, this for at least for the time being. Leto up here. Leto has definitely a shot with getting some action here with second wave. I can see him and Helena really clashing here. We'll have to see how exactly this can proceed. Mentat looks pretty good. You kind of got a weirdish sort of hand. You kind of want to see how this map develops. Tech Negotiation, also an option. And he's going to pay for wind traps. That's an interesting call. Okay. That reveals Memo Quarters here. Memo Quarters is always a funky card. You know, it's nice that just pay and get the influence there is pretty good, but getting the end game actual ability, I think, is very difficult to achieve. Leto could find a use for that. We'll see. Helena's going to be up here. Helena has now been... could still pick up flagship if she wants. She can go and get a Dreadnought while she's at it, and looks like she's probably going to do that. Well, not probably. Definitely considering it. Yeah, she does. She's going to buy a Dreadnought here. Pick up a flagship as well. Surely you buy this here and you pay the 5. Picks up the victory point. She will do so. Which seems reasonable. So, victory point for her there. Trying to keep the funding, however, to pay for flagships could be a little difficult. There's not a lot of great funding options for her. She's nowhere with smuggling. Unless she's going to start looking to frequent wealth would be my only guess. But, I don't know. Shiloh put to the side just to block that off. Wow. Firm Grip turns up as the next card here. Wow. Wow. If Ecaz wasn't going to buy Spice, he'd probably pick that up there. But he's not going to be able to. He will Signet Ring. Probably will just pick up another Liaison, I would imagine, by the looks of it. Spice Smugglers is not a terrible call, nor is Federkin. But might just go for just maximum liaisons here. I would like to see Spice Smugglers, however, but he's in two minds. It just goes with liaisons. It is what it is. Takes the point as well, which is okay, I guess. Baron is up. Baron will Swordmaster, you would imagine. Then we go up to Leto here. Leto... I would like to see a Mentat here from Leto. I really would like to see Mentat, because he can Mentat, and then Helena's going to be having to reveal Treachery here. And that's going to really help to inform Leto's choices here. Leto probably wants to go combat, but he does not have to commit right now. He can wait just a little bit longer. All the cities are open. I feel like this is a nice chance to get this. You can also pick up the point as well. You could take Fremen access. I like that. Opens up the siege as well, just in case. The only issue with this plan is you don't know what you're going to draw. Is picking Mentat, and you might not get any actual access, but he just goes to Imperial Basin, I guess, to get the deployment and to catch up with Fremen here. So he's just going to take the 5 reveal. Just the 1. He has second wave, that's why. He's going to see that Treachery is going to be played, and he will not be able to win the combat. So it's a good idea from the Duke. The 2 troops from Treachery must be deployed to the combat. You have no option. They must be played. So we'll have the 7 strength and realise that he's not good enough here. So, as it's turned out, he would have to have gone to a city to contest this. So, Helena looks like she's going to pick up Carthag here. Spice for Ecaz. If Pidge ever watched this, if you find I'm not really saying much commentary about your turns, I mean, there really isn't much commentary to be had here. So, I guess I apologise. But it's like, what can you do here? Back to the Baron. Baron's got Boundless Ambition, which is really nice. Might go Wealth here, just to pay for the intrigue. Might also consider potentially trying to put troops in with like Carthag as well, which is the same thing as Boundless. The thing with Boundless as well is if you reveal it, you can pick up a card for 5 or less, and it there's no cost anything else. So I actually like Reconnaissance here. To Carthag, put in a couple of troops. But he's going to go Wealth by looks of it instead and take the extra influence. Still Suits also might go, but Wealth he'll go because that way he gets to buy that. So I think both are fine. I mean, either way is good. Depends how you want to do it. But I mean, I'm a big proponent of trying to get troops into combat when you can get a nice reward there. Just put a couple of troops in. The extra intrigue and the spice is really nice. So, and you can the reveal feature for Boundless is very strong. But he's going to decide against it, so hey-ho. Tiebreaker pickup for the Baron. Not a stronger card anymore. See the fact that Chalk Murky exists in the text. But still might find some use for it nonetheless. 5 to reveal for Leto. He will not be second waving here. Absolutely no reason to do so. Does Leto... This is the weird spot. You know, Embedded Agent's very strong. You can just take it for the reveals for the intrigue. Picks up Death Commando and a Liaison here. Power Play turns up on the deck now. That's pretty strong. Like, people want to buy Embedded Agent, but if not another Bene Gesserit card turns up, then you're never going to be able to make any particular power out of it. So it's kind of a bit of a burnished card. Just the Baron's reveal for free. Don't know what Baron's going to pick up here. He probably had maybe some design on Fennekin, but that is now gone. Does not have enough for Firm Grip. That would not be an option for him. So, what does Baron do? I mean, I would honestly take a Liaison here. Just so that Ecaz can't pick it up. And that sounds kind of crazy. I mean, to be fair, Liaisons are never bad. Like, you know, it gives a bit of access. The 2 influence is always really good to have for ever reveals. To pick up, like, a decent card if it turns up here. I think you just deny Ecaz the Liaison. It's a totally valid strategy here. Spy Smugglers is also not bad, but I don't think you're in any particular danger with this alliance here, so I think it's a bit of a waste. I'd take Liaison. I think I'd take Liaison here. Lonk is still going to second wave it. Wow, he's going to have to fully commit for the win. But he's going to get the bad news. Oh, it's a nice play, but here comes cannon turrets. Yeah, it's gonna get the bad news. Cannon turrets will be played there. Nice idea by Leto, but yeah, has not worked itself out. That is a complete burn of resources for no gain. So unfortunate for the Duke. Good idea, nice try, but not to be. Picks up Double Cross though. Double Cross is one of my definitely probably I wouldn't say my favorite cards of the Intrigue deck, but very nice. 1 Solari. For a potential 4 sword difference between you and a chosen proponent. That's really nice. That's really damn nice. Alright then. So, it is... I think it's King up first. Oh no, it's not. It's Ecaz. Ecaz will be going first here. Ecaz won't be doing anything too crazy. Ecaz wants to pick up some money here. I suspect he'll go smuggling at some point and want to cash in the Solari so he can pay for his Cham shares. He's not going to do it right now. That's fine. Just goes Arakeen just to ensure he's got Cadre. He's got High Council, though, so he's not in any danger. So he just wants to take a couple of actions, I guess. And pick up. So he's going to pick up some loose spice from the Spice of Flow cards as well. Huge hand for the Baron here. Picks up Diplomacy. Picks up Boundless Ambition. Picks up Liet Keens. Liet's going to probably stay for the reveal, but doesn't have any Fremen cards in his hand. Doesn't really have a way of generating any either, which is a bit awkward. So it will be smug into the shipping to begin here. He's going to go up and down. He's going to pick up Memo Corders here. Potentially get the free victory born here, but more just taking it for the influence. Be fair, like he's going to make a couple of trips to Bene Gesserit and a couple of trips to the Fremen, which I can definitely see him doing over the course of the turn. My only issue with Memo Corders is I think it can be a bit of a trap sometimes, because you're having to make these extra actions. Where two advances on each track is going to offer a victory point. So you're having to make a third. And the problem with that is that you could sometimes use those actions better elsewhere. Depends how the game goes. He's going to go down, take the Bene Gesserit point for that as well. If he just, the thing is, he has some luck here. The fact that Ecaz is not going to challenge him for shipping, his only contestant is to his left, means more often than not, if Baron wants to go shipping, he's going to be allowed to do so. And that is an issue here with Ecaz. The fact that he's decided to kind of go for the spice and slow strategy here. Problem with that is that Baron is already on 6 points, and Leto's already on 5. You've only got 2. You've got so much catching up to do here. The danger is they just completely outpace you. So that is a definite worry. Leto is up next. Leto has Saiyadina. Does also again have Lyricus Liaison for the bond. Has 7 to buy. I could definitely see another trip to selective breeding here with Diplomacy. He can burn his anything he wants in his search deck here. Look to buy more spice. I think that looks pretty good here. You don't have the water currently to go to the Great Flat, which is unfortunate. Could also go Siege. Might consider a Siege trip here. She has no way to mine, however, currently, so that's kind of brutal. Helena's probably just going to take the spice here. Yeah, that's awkward. I think you go selective breeding. You've kind of already decided you're going to do that. You make progress towards the Gesserit alliance. You are obviously wanting to keep track with the Baron here. Also an ability to try and just shut out the other players here. Keep yourself going. Remember, of course, it is top 2 going through to the semi-finals. That is the format being played here. It's not just about first position. Yeah, pays the spice. Trip number 3 to selective breeding. Makes total sense. Don't think the Baron's realistically going to get the Bene Gesserit alliance, especially not now. So we'll trash the dagger. We'll be looking to pick up more spice here. Leo looking pretty good. Leo looking pretty good with his 6 points. Just going to zoom out slightly here, kids. Maybe touch back in. You can scroll up and down as need be. So, and Pill's Guild Bankers again out of selective breeding. That's really strong. So that is very nice. That will be some spice for him. Spice satellites for Helena, which is going to pay for her Hardy Warriors. We do have Siege of Arakeen as our combat here. So she's going to be after the victory points. I think if Helena does want to keep track in this fight, in this game, and push for to getting through here, she's going to have to do it on the battlefield. She's going to be a little bit reliant on combat cards offering a lot of victory points, because Ecaz is not going to offer the resistance. The Baron eventually will get in a load of troops, probably in some conflict freeze. For now, he's happy just to secure alliances here. So we're going to have to see when the Baron decides to retaliate. He has 5 troops in garrison. Sooner or later, he will start making use of them. Gunfopters are about. He probably doesn't like the idea of having his troops getting eaten up by that. Probably not the biggest concern, though. Discard's convincing argument, might as well. She's just going to diplomacy next turn and just do something. I don't know what. She has no influence with any other factions other than the Fremen at the moment, so that's a little awkward. Probably wants to start making some progress somewhere there. Maybe go wealth, perhaps? You want to start funding your flagships here. Ecaz up next. Ecaz has 11 points in hand. Don't need to worry about the fact of to work out he's going to have enough spice. That is not going to be an issue. Of course, he will get the bonus from Holtzman, so he's effectively going to be at 4 points. He will need to pick up enough money for Charum shares eventually. And that is a problem here for Ecaz. He might feel like he needs to put a troop in or something just to try and somehow get some cash here. He's got Charum shares, but he needs to find 6 Solari. And I don't know. It probably his deck is going to make it very hard for him to get to smuggling often. You can see he has no access. Purely cities and the council. Which means he wants to, at some point he's going to smuggle. At some point, he'll find the spot to smuggle. I imagine he'll just cash in the Solari immediately just to get the Charum share point. And he's just going to go from there, basically. So it's up to the Baron and Leto, basically just to outpace outpace Ecaz. They want the game over as soon as possible. They want it as far back as they can. So we'll see what the option is here. I don't really know what you want to do particularly. You could go Carfag, maybe, and pick up another influence, although it doesn't really feel like it does a lot here. You just go Basin just to get a little more spice and like hold it for potential tiebreakers, or if a really good tech comes up, you can always just go and try and take it. Chalmurky is on the deck here, up top, and that must be of interest to the players. This could be a pretty tight finish, especially for Ecaz. Him picking up Chalmurky could be a really, really big pickup for him, so he'll probably want to be able to fund that at some point. That could be make or break for him. The fact that he's having to do a lot of chasing. That extra half point's pretty big. He's going to go Carfag, so Solari for Helena. We'll see what he picks up for his intrigue. Picks up Quid Pro Quo. It's a nice card, Quid Pro Quo. You can use that to gain influence of each faction of that, but he doesn't really have any faction access. He's kind of already abandoned that philosophy, so he's not going to get much use out of that potentially. He can basically, at some point, he'll be able to go to a faction space and use Quid Pro Quo and get a victory point. That's basically what that does, so it's not too bad. Baron up to 7 points here with the trip to Steel Suits. He will deploy troops, of course. Liet Keen's doing nothing for him this turn. Be interested to see if he uses Diplomacy or Balance Ambition next time. We shall see. Leto's going to make a trip to the Siege. He wants the water, definitely. He wants to kind of force Helena's hand here. Put her in an awkward spot, so like, do you mine or do you not mine? As we know, she has no ability to go mining. Leto's probably going to pick up the Great Flat here. She's pretty big. Leto might be interested in going Chalmurky, perhaps. Might be an option. We shall see. Anyway, Diplomacy for Helena. I would expect Wealth. I think Wealth is more useful. Secrets is also solid. Any of them's kind of fine. I probably wouldn't go Fold Space. Not good to you. Picks up Infiltrate. Helena picks up Infiltrate. I mean, at least no one else has got it, I guess. But Helena already has a degree of infiltration, so that is a little unfortunate. It's going to buy that. I think yeah, as we know from the previous game, Trash Spice and Trash cards must go back to the reserve. They are not left out of the game. We had this situation occur in round 2. He should know this well, so picks up the point, obviously. So basically, he's at 4 points now with Holtzman Engine paying for that. Baron is going to use Diplomacy, so he has his eyes possibly on Firm Grip. Possibly on... He's going Firm Grip. That's a definite Firm Grip play. He's going for it there. He's going to hope that no one else can pick it up. And Leto's going to go Spice here, and Helena does not have anything left to buy, so... Firm Grip for the Emperor, looking to pick up the very strong card. Now he has the Alliance here. Baron looking very solid with 8 points here. He's already got 2 alliances. He's just being allowed to run away with this. So it looks like this is going to be a race for second place here. Leto picks up the Spice. Gets him up to 6 points. Helena's still on 4. Helena's looking good for Arakeen here. She should pick this up. Baron, however, he's going to have 4 strength. Helena's going to have 9. Baron could use both his intrigue cards to force a tie and prevent the point for Helena. I don't know if he's going to do that. I don't think it really helps him to do that. Like, as long as he wins, he doesn't really care who gets the point. So, I don't think I bother. I think I hold the cards, I would imagine. Picks up 5. Ooh, I think Power Play is actually almost as good a call here as... Like, Firm Grip's nice to get, but you just want this game over and done with, like, as quickly as possible. Power Play is also a good shout. I think I would have considered picking that up just to try and... it's not a lot good for it, though. You're not really going to get either alliance, I suppose, looking at the situation. So, Firm Grip's also fine. Pick up a Spice somewhere. Just try and win the game. That is going to be combat, I would imagine. Helena will win it and take Arakeen for a second city and a second point. She will block up Imperial Basin with the Dreadnought. Baron's still looking kind of dangerous here, though. Baron looks pretty solid here. He's had it easy. The play to his right has not really hindered him anyway, so Baron's had it Fairly straightforward. It is a race for second place here. So we'll see how things progress. Let's see how we go here. Alright, Baron will be up first here. Trade Monopoly picks up. Now, this is interesting. This is not a very beneficial combat in return to gaining victory points here. So, I don't know if that helps or doesn't help. Baron would have liked possibly a victory point combat here. I suspect to just try and get to 9 and just seal the victory here and just basically make him virtually uncatchable. I don't know. It's probably good for Leto. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, Armand wants this game to go as long as he can because he's printing a victory point every turn, basically. And he has diplomacy, which he could use to pick up. I can actually see Ecaz considering. He's got a pretty poor reveal hand, though. He's only got 8 in hand. So he has quid pro quo he wants to use. He has shifting allegiances he also wants to use, but he can't use both. He still needs to find cash for charm shares as well, so at some point he has to go smuggling. Maybe he goes shifting alliances, smuggling, takes the spice hit to get a victory point on a faction, and you cash out immediately with the Solari to get charm shares, and you still get hold of your spice card. That'd be a big turn for Ecaz. I think that's possibly the play we'll see here. We shall see. Interstellar shipping for the Baron, which, I mean, fine, I guess. Baron will be taking the influence with the Fremen, by the way, so he will get memo orders. So I'm pretty sure Baron's won this game here. Looks like it. Baron has had a pretty breezy game here. So it's all about second place. This is going to be tight. So let's look at it this way. So if Ecaz is going to pick up the 3 points in the way we think, he's also got Holtzman. So if he does what Archduke does, he thinks he's going to end this turn on 7 points. So where does Ecaz pick up points here? This is the question. Combat doesn't really benefit you too much here because like the trade monopoly is not a lot good for you. Unless you back yourself to smuggle immediately. I think you play Signet Ring, you catch up with the Emperor. You need to secure this 4th point here. That seems fairly automatic. He's going to go siege, put some troops in. And I think you pay the spice, you catch up the Emperor. You need to secure that point, preferably. Yeah, it does decide to do so. But yeah, the combat's kind of weird for Leto here. I don't think it's that beneficial. He's picking up the water, of course. Wants to pick up Sayadina and get a point from her at some point here. I don't know. I would have considered holding those back, but you're never going to go Swordmaster here. Kind of crazy that only Baron here has gone Swordmaster and we're on turn 6. No one else has. Everyone else has been too busy doing stuff. Helena wants to pay for flagships. Ecaz doesn't really need it. He's going to be using his money to charm shares, so... Where do you go with Helena? Helena picks up Treachery, which is always nice to have. She doesn't have a lot of extra support, though. Does she maybe consider going smuggling here and hope to try and somehow get a cheap win and get an immediate cash out with the trade monopoly? It's possible. You've got flagships as well. I think you go smuggling here. I actually think you set yourself up for victory. You get smuggling, which in turn will actually block Ecaz from going there, which would be a nice benefit, but you wouldn't know that. And then you look to combat next turn. Just go anywhere, basically, and pay flagships. She's going to do it now. Wow. Wow. Is Helena eyeing up Highliners? If she doesn't commit her money in now, I feels like this is Highliners. Highliners incoming. That's got to be Highliners incoming. Surely. Feels like that's what's going to happen. And she's obviously going to play and she's going to trash Treachery. It's done good for her. And she's going to be able to deploy like 10 troops into the combat if she wants, which is insane. 5 for Highliners, 2 for Treachery, 3 for the flagships. Very big. Ecaz up next. Ecaz, like I said, I've laid out what I think he should do here. I think you go smuggling with shifting allegiances. cash in Solari, you take Charum shares, you use the spice to go down with, it doesn't matter who, go down with one faction, go up with another. It's irrelevant who you take it with here at this point. You could go down with the Emperor, take the Fremen in the Ravake, hope there's maybe a world you pick up Fremen Alliance. It's not impossible. And then you still have enough to buy spice, so you're picking up a ton of points here. Feels like this is the play. Signet Ring doesn't do you anything here, so I wouldn't even bother with that. Imperial Shock Trooper is the new card up as well, which is nice if you're going to go for a specific sort of build like that, but you need a bit of luck to make that realistically work pretty strongly here. Diplomacy is also the other option. You could also diplomacy it, but I just like shifting allegiances and getting the smuggling now and just taking the point. Getting Charum shares done. You just achieve so much in one action. You're basically banking like 2, if not 3 points. He also has Quid Pro Quo in mind, but he can always go mining. Like, he can go Imperial Basin maybe afterwards if it's available to him. He will pick up spice somewhere. But I just like it. Shifting smuggling here just feels really nice. You achieve so much in one action. And the fact that you actually threaten Fremen Alliance might scare someone. It might scare Helena into going Highliner instead. It's going to take the... Does he go Still Suits here, maybe, and sell up for shifting? It's also a potential. I think there's going to be some threatening of Fremen Alliance here. He's going to look to steal it. He is going to Still Suit. He's going to go for the Fremen Alliance here. He's going to go either Quid Pro Quo or shifting or... whatever way he wants to do it. I think he's still shifting anyways. This is dangerous for Helena. Helena's got to look at that very suspiciously. I would be kind of concerned here. You know he's got shifting allegiances. If you look at his discard, you know he wouldn't have it. He must have it in his hand. You know he's got it in hand here. Helena's got to be concerned. Men tap for the Baron here. Just going to hold off and wait to see the situation develop. Leto up next. I wouldn't be surprised to see Leto double-cross Ecaz here. Could definitely see that. He's going to go Research Station. Interesting. Maybe he reckons he's going to get a war from Trade Monopoly. He's up first next turn. He's going to kind of bank to get hold of the extra water for Sayadina and use that there. I guess that's the logic. If you pull Sayadina now... you get the point anyways, I suppose, for whatnot. Oh, he doesn't have enough. Oh, Leto. Leto does not have enough of spice. He only has 8. He is short. Oh, horrible pull for Leto. That's a tragic result for him. Just about anything else was good for him there. Guild Bankers, Liaison. He's picked about as bad a set of cards he could have done. Unlucky, Leto. Brutal. So, Helena. Now, Helena, you can't possibly see Hardy Warriors here. You just can't see it. Unless you know he's got shifting allegiances. If you know he's got it, you're forced to play Hardy Warriors. You have no choice. But it's not going to matter, because then he just mines Imperial Basin, he shifts anyways, and still plays Quid Pro Quo. So, Ecaz is going to pick up the Alliance here. It's not actually going to matter. You can't know he's got Quid Pro Quo, though. So, this is terrible news for Helena. Ecaz is going to pick up this point here. This is terrible, terrible news for Helena. The only thing, if she still was to go to Hardy Warriors, maybe there's a world she still recovers the Fremen Alliance, but I just don't see how that ever happens here. You could Hardy Warrior with Treachery and pay flagships. You still get 5 troops into combat. But this alliance with the Fremen looks like it's dead. How on earth Pidge has manufactured his way into this, I don't know. She's going to just pay for flagships this way and take the intrigue. Wow. Picks up Glimpse the Path. That's nice for her, actually. That's really, really strong. She's got a ton of spice. That'd be nice for her. Potential research station if she wants it. There's some options there. Doesn't take flagships. What the heck? Wow, she's going to save it for next turn. Deciding that this is just not a beneficial combat, she's going to save it for later. She must be saving the Highliner flagship combo here. She's also going to have the troops deployed from Treachery anyway, so she doesn't have to deploy here, which I guess is reasonable. Let them do it for her. So Ecaz is going to take the Fremen Alliance here, kind of out of nowhere. The only issue for Ecaz here is if he does take it, he does not get, he will not get the Spice Must Flow point, but I think for Fremen Alliance, it's just totally worth it. I think you just do it here. He's thinking about it, but I don't really know if there's anything. You've kind of set yourself up to play this. I still think you shift smuggle, you shifting alliances to smuggling, and you get 2 points at once here. You take the Fremen Alliance, you take Charm shares, and then you just go back to just buying spice. And hope that that's good enough. It's very awkward here. I admit this. It is tricky. But I just don't see what else you do. You can't be worried about the Baron. Baron's still got 2 actions, but I don't think that's a huge concern here. I don't think the Baron is a concern. It's purely about trying to get second place, and if you take the Fremen Alliance, it almost knocks Helena out of the game. I don't see how she recovers from that. Leto has 6, but he can't know that Leto does not have spice. Leto's so unlucky with his hand here. So unlucky to not pull the 9 influence there. Very unfortunate. Yeah, here comes the shifting steel. We'll go Imperial Basin to pay for it. So he will take the alliance from the Fremen. He just has to do it, yeah. So he will take... Oh, he's going to go the way about it. He's going to decline Fremen and just take the save points. Wow. Didn't bank himself to secure the point. He'll go quid pro quo to get the point that way. Okay. Interesting. I think you still... Oh, I don't know. If you take Fremen Alliance, like, you basically can almost knock Helena out of the game here. Make it a straight time between you and Leto. This way you're kind of... It's still a bit of a three-horse race here. Interesting call. We'll see if that's if he might regret that. This banks up memo quarters for the Baron, so it takes him to 9 points. Tiebreaker not really doing anything for him here anymore. Like, Baron's pretty much got this one in the bag. We'll take out Dune. Don't think there's any world he pulls spice here. Don't think he can draw two good enough cards. Nope, definitely not. He's not got a very good deck as the Baron. Doesn't really need it, I suppose. Again, he's been allowed to take 2 alliances here, pretty much without much competition. Still challenging for Bene Gesserit as well, which is kind of insane. Picks up Liet Keynes, but again, actually, he might have spice here. Liet was placed for 4 with the Fremen. Wow, he actually is going to have enough for buy spice. Lucky draw. Leto with the 8 reveal. Oh, feels so bad. Feels so bad. It's just a super unlucky draw for Lonk here. This draw might cost him a position in the semi-finals. It's that bad. If he loses this game, if he fizzes out in the second place, he's going to look back to this and think he was horrendously unlucky. Has 8 to buy. What do you do with it still? Is there anything you think you can realistically do here? Do you just buy Liaison and like Sardaukar and just hope everything works out? You buy Liaison to block it. I think that's fine. Ecaz does not have enough cards realistically probably to get spice here, so he's kind of gone against it. Is there any cards here with 2 influence? Bene Gesserit's Sister. You just buy Bene Gesserit's Sister to deny Ecaz here? Very possible. Obviously, you don't know what you're going to turn up here, but it could be anything. He has double cross as well. Does he double cross Ecaz out of this combat? I think you do. I think you burn him out here. You also know Helena always could have treachery at any moment, which is always a concern. You have no swords. I honestly think you double cross this. You take Ecaz out, he loses the influence of the water, which is strong, because Ecaz wants to go research station and just buy spice. Decides against it. I don't know. Possible chance missed. Might regret that, we'll see. 2 troops for the treachery, of course. That is going to be, as it stands, a complete tie here. Baron basically can win this combat if he wants, and Baron will be launching in, I would imagine, with reconnaissance to Arakeen, and he'll just send troops in and call it a day, or use Signet Ring. He's got enough influence here. He can use Signet Ring. He has 10 to buy, 2 for convincing, 2 for liaison, 1 for reconnaissance. Flee it, please, for 4. Ecaz, surely I imagine, picks up the Jesuit Sister here, I would reckon. Just anything that has 2 influence he buys. Doesn't care what. Does buy the Bene Gesserit Sister. That's why I would have liked to have denied that. Missionary here turns up. I don't think he'll take it. He might consider taking it. It's possible. The extra influence might get him a point somewhere. You got 14 card deck though. You got, I don't know, it's kind of tricky. I wouldn't be against picking up Missionaria, but decides against it. Baron has a free turn with Signet Ring. He will surely be going Arakeen. Or Ghost Smuggling. That's also an option. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Well, it's going to be a tie for first at this rate. Looks like it's just going to be no shipping for anyone. It's going to be intrigue and waters across the board. Fascinating. Allied Armada for the Baron, as if he needed the further assistance. Huge card here. Picks up Water Peddlers as well for the reasons. Why did he pick up two of those? Did I miss that? Not entirely sure why he picked up 2. I must have missed something. Oh, he's got the he's paid for 1. He's got the faction alliance with the Bene Gesserit, so that's up to 9 now. Might as well get Water Peddlers. Just take the water here. So Baron is going to be through to the second finals free. He's had a pretty breezy time of things here, and he's going to be able to buy spice. That is end of game, everyone. That is 10 points. It is end of game here. Which means I'm trying to do the maths here. I think Leto makes it through on spice. Ecaz is going to get 1 point for Holtzman. Leto's going to win it by a spice. Unless my maths is wrong here. It's all down to text from intrigues. Does anyone pick up anything? Machine culture, no good. High Council for Helena, no good. I think Leto squeaks through here by a nose. He still gets the intrigue. He's still got to draw it. Picks up urgent mission. It doesn't matter. That is end of game. It is all over in round 6. Baron just racing to the victory here. Leto on 6 points. Helena on 5. Ecaz will take the 6 point courtesy of Holtzman Engine, but it is not going to be enough. Doesn't go for Chatham shares. If he has just smuggled up here and taken the point on Chatham shares, he maybe finds a way through. He would have found a way through. He had Holtzman. Oh, Pidge. Oh, no, I think that decision may have cost... I don't know. I'd have to go back and look, but it is all over. The strats have come asunder. It is all over here. Baron with the victory. Leto also going through to the semifinals. We will quickly say hi to the players before we finish the video.
Oh, hello, Black Shadow.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Wow, quick finish.
Oh,
Yeah,
I fucked that up so hard.
Yeah. Oh man. I don't know. I'd have to look back in the video, but I was begging for shifting allegiances to smuggling and the
No,
insta cash out for Chow. I don't know if it would have mattered.
it wouldn't have. Basically, doing this gave me another 2
Gave
victory
me 2
points.
points. Yeah, I couldn't quite work out.
Like if I did that play, then it would have actually ended up less. The play to actually do was
Chow
Chamurky
Murky. Chamurky was there. Was
into
also...
another spice must flow for the Holtzman, which
Yeah.
honestly I shouldn't have trashed the other one.
No, I was.
I didn't realize the game was going to end so damn quickly though.
No,
Jesus.
no,
Yeah,
no.
the game
I
passed
mean,
I was going to catch up, but
yeah, I
holy
agree.
shit.
I mean, Baron had a pretty breezy run of it. I mean, got a little lucky to draw Leet towards the back end,
Yeah,
but hey,
yeah.
that's the way it goes. Got Holtzman,
In the
got
end,
everything going.
getting the Holtzman just took too long to activate, and the game ended quick enough that I didn't activate soon enough.
Yeah, I think that's the only issue with the strat here is that you obviously you need the game to go long, and it
No,
didn't.
not necessarily.
It
You
helps,
actually
possibly.
the strategy with Holtzman,
Yeah, it would have been good for me.
the strategy doesn't work with short games when you have Holtzman. But
No.
I think if you can still do it in a way that doesn't require Holtzman. But
No, definitely not. But no, BZA for the Baron. Leto getting through by 1 spice.
Well, and the
Imperium Row sucked for what I was doing, though, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it did not cooperate. I'm still surprised you took Ecaz, given the beginning Imperium row was just like full of 5s. I was a little
I
surprised.
got through by 1
Yeah,
point.
the thing is,
right?
like, Leto was already taken, and
Yeah.
I was considering Beast, maybe Vernius.
But never mind.
But, like, being first player really fucking sucks, because, like, yeah, you get a first action, but, like, if you go here, you're never going to get it again. Or if you go here, you're never going to get it
yeah,
again.
that's the problem. Second position
Like,
is
the-
pretty nice. So
The best place for, like, first player, I feel like, is this, just because it guarantees your movement.
yeah, I frequent there a bit. I like going steel suits early. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I think I definitely need to, if I had have practiced her, I think I would have done okay this game, but...
It wasn't to be.
No.
Sorry, Lonk. I do apologize.
No, it's all good.
But yeah, just through by a single spice. I mean, that's...
Yeah, but I mean, it was a VP too because he didn't end up getting his his Holtzman engine didn't end up endgaming because he trashed a.
He did trash the whole. Yeah, you did also trash the. It's a good point. Yeah, I did miss.
The thing is, I was planning on buying one this round.
Yeah, and you would have been
up
fine.
until
Exactly.
that last second, and I would have been fine. It's just, yeah. I when I did this whole playthrough, I thought the game was going on for another round because the combat didn't seem to do anything, and I didn't see how they could get.
Yeah, but big surprise there from the Baron. Huge surprise. So picked up the spies, Bedresser Alliance, and just there you go.
I'm pretty sure next round there was a big chance I would have got 3, maybe 4 victory points.
Yeah. You were
the
set
real
up to
fucking
have
shame.
like a big turn of just picking up a ton of points and basically shooting second, but
Yeah.
1 round too
Spice
early.
Must Flow, Chom Shares, Holtzman.
Yeah, it was there to be made,
Emperor.
but it just didn't happen. And then you picked up Machine Culture as well. Maybe there's a world you pick up Joe Murky on the way through, but not to be regretfully. I suppose other than that, congratulations to Free and also the Lonk. Commiserations to King and Pidge. Fun game. Like fascinating to watch. Pretty good stuff. A crazy comparison to the previous game, which was just complete insanity. Much more measured stuff. This so good game all.
Yeah, good game.
Cheers, everybody. I'm gonna hop out. Did someone grab a screenshot?
I will take a screenshot while I'm here as well for the just as the neutral observer here. We'll go with. But
Hey, 3.
Hello?
I'll be honest. My game plan was king making you. I'm glad that part worked out.
Someone's got to.
Well,
Like,
the thing is,
because
Baron...
I moved before you, and I know you have like exclusive access to the shipping
Yeah.
track. That gave you a huge boost. And,
Yeah,
like,
I
wanted to,
commented this in the
my
game.
strategy is second place style.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. You were happy for Baron to
It
take
was a
first
mistake.
place, but unfortunately, you ended up giving him so much room. He
Yeah.
won the game before you could kick into action.
Yeah.
It backfired.
Yeah, well
So,
played.
That is
All right,
right.
take it
So,
easy,
yeah,
everyone.
congratulations, you
Cheers.
two, and we'll be seeing you in the semi-finals. And that is going to be all here from Table 3 of the quarterfinals. Once again, congratulations to Lonk and Frey for making the semi-finals. 4 spots locked up now, 4 more to be taken. We have another game to be finished off on Thursday night, and then Table 1, my own table, I'm still in this tournament. Will be being played probably on Saturday night. It will be tense stuff. It is the business end of the tournament. We'll see who become the champion of the Dune Imperium tournament, sponsored, of course, by Artificery. Have a good evening, everyone. Take care of yourselves. We will see you next time.